Hey, how's it going? Welcome to episode 8 of Exploring RuneScape in 2004, where the goal is to have fun, make friends, compete for high scores, and explore the historical differences between RuneScape in 2004 and old school RuneScape. If you're new to the series, please check out the playlist in the description and at least watch episode 1 so you're not confused as to what's going on. And it should answer every question a new viewer would have. But last video, I gained almost 50 total levels, which is quite a lot at this point, because I trained my melee stats up, which had been pretty under-leveled. This is my first time really training combat in the series so far. And gaining all those total levels gave me a huge boost in the high scores. I jumped up a lot of ranks, which reminds me, I do like to show my high scores at the start and end of the videos. So to show you where we're currently starting off, my overall rank at 907 total level is rank 92. I made it into the top 100 in the last video. Also in the last video, I realized yet another childhood dream of achieving full rune armor on the account. If you just kind of ignore the shield, because there's not a lot of rune kite shields in the game right now, or square shields even, because I don't think there's anything that drops them. And the smithers, the very few smithers that are able to make them, they're charging a very high price for them at the moment, but I will get the shield eventually. Currently, everyone is locked to free-to-play, but Members is coming out very soon. It's coming out March 29th. It's gonna be 9 a.m. for me. It's currently the 24th at 4 p.m. So it is less than 5 days until Members releases. And in case you didn't already know, everything is completely free. When I say free-to-play versus pay-to-play, it is for historical context and for the content itself within the game. But there's no subscription or paid service required for Members when it comes out. The plan for this video is to finish preparing as much as I can and do as much as I could think of before Members comes out. So basically, I'm gonna play for the next 3 days. I'll end the video Thursday and I'll start the Members video then. Even though Members is coming out on Saturday, I want this video to be up 24 hours before Members comes into the game. So I gotta end this video Thursday and then start the Members video then. Anyways, 3 days of doing as much as I can to prepare for Members. Up on screen, you'll see an image of stats, which I found in one of the Lost City discords. These are the highest levels you'll need for each of the skills in order to complete every quest and mini quest there is in Members. Out of all the free-to-play skills at least, I have all the stat requirements except for my fishing level and my magic level. But with fishing, it's 53 fishing you need for Heroes Quest, but I plan on doing a ton of fly fishing in Shiloh Village, so fishing is gonna be very easy and quick for me. And the other requirement is magic. It's 60 magic for Mage Arena 1, that's why it shows 60 on there. And then there's 59 magic that you need for Family Crest. But for Family Crest, it's boostable. Mage Arena 1, however, is not boostable. So magic is one of the skills I'd like to train up a little bit in this video. But either way, magic's not too bad either because it is pretty passive with all the teleporting around and alching. Also worth mentioning that a lot of these skill requirements, 9 of them to be exact, 9 of these max skill requirements that you see on this image are for Legends Quest. So even if you don't have all these requirements, you should still be able to do the vast majority of the quests that are going to be in the game. And in fact, they still haven't confirmed whether or not Legends Quest will be in the initial release of Members. But besides for just getting quest skill requirements, there are other goals I have that I want to get done in free-to-play in terms of skill levels for things that aren't quest requirements. And I have a huge list of things I want to get done in free-to-play over the next few days. Here is the list I came up with. That's it. That's the whole list. I'll probably think of more stuff as I go, but this is all I could quickly think of. So there's 44 runecraft. I want to get that to be able to craft nature runes. For magic, I just wrote down Watchtower Tele 58 magic, but there's quite a few things to get magic up for. The higher magic level I get, the better. I mean, 58 magic is for the Watchtower Teleport, 60 magic for Mage Arena 1, 63 magic so I can boost with the Wizard's Mind Bomb to get into the Wizard's Guild, or 66 magic to get in without a Wizard's Mind Bomb. Either way, the higher magic level I get, the better. Little side tangent, but it feels really weird calling it Mage Arena 1. Like in 2004, no one called it Mage Arena 1. It's just called Mage Arena. It's like, in 1914, when the Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, it's like the advisor leaned into the president and said, "Sir, World War I just started." And then the third thing I have on this list is just stocking up on some items. I wrote down feathers and death runes. Those were the 2 things I could think of. Maybe I'll remember other things I want to stock up on, but at the very least, I want to get those 2. Now, the first thing I want to work on in this video is going to be getting 44 runecraft. I'm currently level 39. And while runecraft is probably the slowest skill, or one of the slowest skills in the game, getting just to 44 I don't think will be that bad. I have a problem to start off with though, which is that my bank is full. The cap is currently 60 items. I believe when Members comes out, I think it's going up to 240, but for now we're stuck with 60. and I'm gonna have to free up 5 bank slots. Oh wait, hold on, this guy wants to buy an inventory of essence for 1k. I got a bunch of essence right now, so let's just do a quick, easy 1k. Technically, very slight profit. I bought them all for 30 GP each, so that would have been 840 GP. That I got 28 essence for. Oh, I know a good one to free up bank space. I could just eat both of those. I wanted to save spots in the bank for them because I was going to be doing a ton of fly fishing when members comes out, and I was going to be cooking a lot of the fish, but it's fine. We're going to have more bank space when members comes out anyways. I don't need the brown apron. I'm going to sell these steel swords to the rock shop. And then there's all these leathers that I want to use up. How much GP will I get for all these swords? Let's see. 3.7k, nice. I got those all as drops from my hobgoblin grind in the last video. I showed training crafting a couple of videos ago, and I showed why the hard leathers are so good because it's one tick action and you could spam click to make them really fast. I never end up doing crafting with soft leathers though, and why it's so rough. But now you get to see when I use it on the regular leather, it opens up this interface and I can't spam click. I have to do that. Wait, is it not even a one tick action? Oh wait, no, quaffs are members. What's the most XP? I think the chaps. Okay, so this is still, I guess it's 2-tick action because you have to wait 1 tick for the interface to open up, but there's no make all or make 10 option. You right click, it's just okay. You can only make 1 at a time. Wait, no, quaffs aren't members. They are a free-to-play item, but you have to be a member in order to craft them. For the hard leathers, I don't know if 1 tick is the correct terminology because I was able to make multiple of them per tick. So it's like 0 tick? I don't know. And here is the last of the leathers used up. Did all that get me close to a crafting level? Not really. I bought a holy mold in the shop too because I figure I may as well use up all these silver bars. The only current use they have in free-to-play, I believe, is just to make those holy symbols. And either way, I don't think I'm going to want to commit a bank slot to silver bars even after we become members and have more bank space. So I'm going to make all these into the symbols, which are also pretty good crafting XP too. It's 50 XP each. And as a reminder, like with most things in the game, you have to use them 1 at a time on the furnace. When you're going back to the bank, you weigh a lot less, so you want to run. You can use control click to run like I showed before. But when you're going to the furnace, you want to walk because my weight with all the silver bars in my inventory is 52 kilos. But man, I cannot wait to get my agility up and see how much of a difference it really makes once members comes out having like even like 40 or 50 agility. I wonder how much of a difference, if it's gonna be like a really noticeable difference even at that point. The silver bars are done and now I actually am pretty close to a crafting level. Let's sell off all this stuff to the shop and see how much GP I'm gonna end up with. 2.8k. And now once I put all my stuff into the bank, let's see how much freed up bank space I have out of 60 slots, because it doesn't tell you here, you have to just know. I have 2 slots, so I'm 58 out of 60 slots. And let me tell you, it feels so liberating, especially when you consider the fact that no matter what activity you end up doing in the game, you're pretty much always going to be taking out at least 1 item. So really, it's almost like you have a cap of 61, because like in this case for air rune crafting, which is what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking out the item. So I could get away with 61 bank slots in total being taken up. Well, this is all while not having anything equipped, by the way, because as I've been saying, run energy is very important, and I would like to not have anything on me while I'm doing this. I bought about 5k essence for 30 GP each, so this is almost 150k worth of essence. I bought it for 30 GP each like a week ago, and now people are selling it for 29. There's an offer here for selling for 28 GP. People are buying for even lower, like 25 to 27 GP each, so oops, could have waited a bit to buy it. But at the end of the day, I don't have a crystal ball. You know, it could go up, it could go down, it could go sideways. No one knows what's going to happen. So if you need an item and you want to use it and start doing stuff with it, then just get the item. There's no point speculating. No one knows what's going to happen. But with that said, I'm going to be training runecraft. I'm going to be making air runes because air runes are kind of break even. People are buying air runes for 6 GP each. I currently have 4 times air runes, which means worst case scenario, selling them for 6 GP each means I get back 24 GP per essence. And considering I can buy them for like 28 GP and I'm getting back 24 GP, it's hardly a loss. By the way, almost all my runecraft training up to this point, up to level 39, has pretty much all been passive. Like when I was training my mining and crafting in the Al-Kharid mine, I would make fire runes on the run to the mine. I did a bunch of that. And then I also did a bunch of air runes doing that hybrid woodcutting yew tree method I've been showing over the last few videos, where I would make an inventory of air runes, and on the way back I would chop an inventory, or I would just chop down until the 2 yew trees got chopped down, then run back to the bank. This is my first time really going out of the way to just train runecraft on its own. And I feel like it's not gonna be too bad. If I got to 39 pretty much all passively, then what's a few extra levels going out of the way for it? Can't be too bad, right? Oh, also, let's take a look. What's my air stack at before I really get started with crafting all these? I'm currently at just over 9,000 air runes. All right, first level of the video, level 40 runecraft, which also puts me at base level 40s because it's my lowest skill. That means every level I get in it will be a base level until 48. I think prayer is my next lowest skill out of all the free to play skills, at least, of course. Dude, I was just looking at the high scores again. Look at my overall rank. I've already lost a few ranks. I'm ranked 95 now. I was ranked 92 like an hour ago. That is how competitive it is at the top 100. You stop playing for an hour and you already start losing multiple ranks. The reason I'm doing air runes instead of earth runes or fire runes, which I believe earth or fire runes would be more XP per hour, is because there's not really much of a market for earth or fire runes. There's a bunch of sell offers for them, but there's not really any buy offers for them. And there's also, I don't get as much of a multiplier for them, like the 4 times air runes. You get so many air runes. And I swear I heard somewhere, I don't know if it was in a YouTube video or maybe in one of the Discords, someone at some point said that it's like only a few hundred less XP per hour doing air rune crafting rather than like earth or fire rune crafting. Yes, my source is that someone somewhere at some point said it, I think. So it's a pretty credible source. It's going to be interesting to see how things change though once members comes into the game, because I mean nature rune crafting is going to be really big for making GP. We're also going to have agility, which will help run restore faster. There's going to be strange fruits to help with run. There's going to be rings of dueling for crafting fire runes. I imagine law runes are going to be a bit more accessible for people that maybe want to craft earth runes and teleport back to Varrock. And also, people aren't going to be able to craft nature runes right away because there is no abyss. You need to get a nature talisman. And nature talismans, I think, are just from the rare drop table, right? So it's not like it's a super common thing to get. They're probably going to be really expensive for the first few days or a week or even multiple weeks. I'm also going to be very curious to see what's going to happen to the price of nature runes, because on one hand, there's going to be more supply because people are going to be crafting them, but there's also going to be a lot more demand, I imagine, with fletching being in the game. But there's also going to be at least 2 that I can think of, 2 places where we'll be able to buy nature runes from the Wizards Guild, and then also Mage Arena are going to sell nature runes. And the prices are really funky in 2004 because nature runes, they start at a price of 20 GP. They have a stock of 500 in the Wizards Guild, 250 in the Mage Arena. Law runes with the full stock start at 40 GP. Blood runes, they start at 50 GP. So I imagine those stocks will perpetually be at a stock of 0, or at least a stock of whatever point it brings it up to the price of whatever the current marketplace going rate is. A lot of people are investing in pure essence because they think everyone's gonna be crafting nature runes and like speculating on investing in U-logs or this or that. But you know, again, like I said, there's no point speculating because no one has a crystal ball. No one knows what's gonna happen. It's either going to go up, it's going to go down, or it's going to go sideways. And the people that do have crystal balls are probably doing much more lucrative things with their crystal balls than playing 2004scape. If everyone thinks they know what's going to happen to the price of a specific item, like if everyone thinks the price of U-logs is going to go up, then it's already priced in because everyone's already buying U-logs and the price has already gone up to the price that people think it's going to be at. You know, like the demand is there right now, but once the game actually goes into members, then those people who have already bought them won't be buying more, they'll be selling them, which in turn could have a reverse effect where the price actually goes down because they're then trying to offload their items for the profits that they were hoping for. Of course, there's always going to be a few people that make the right calls with very specific items, and if there's anything I've learned from life is that no matter what, there's always going to be someone there to say, I told you so. I just finished timing out 30 minutes of doing air rune crafting very casually. I wasn't paying the best attention because I was editing on the side. That's probably a good metric for the long term because that's how most people play. You're not like always paying the best attention. In this 30 minutes, I got 2.5k XP. So I'm getting a whopping 5k runecraft XP per hour. And as a reminder, tiaras do not exist in the game. That's why I'm using the air talisman. Tiaras came out in June of 2005, the same day that essence pouches came out, which is also the same day Enter the Abyss and the Abyss came out. You get 5 runecraft XP for each essence that you craft into air runes. So going by that, 5k XP per hour means I'm using up 1k essence per hour. Also, this inventory right here gets me to 41 runecraft. And I'm already at the point now where it's 4.4k XP to next level. So we're already getting into 1 hour per level territory already at like level 41, which now that I think about it, arguably this could be a skill that's worth putting off until members and then doing fire runes with the Rings of Dueling, but it's just a couple or a few more hours till 44. Essence running is a pretty big thing in 2004. As you can see here, people advertise themselves on the marketplace for like under rune essence or under air runes. They'll advertise themselves in the message there. But people are doing like 10 times air runes per essence, 11 times. Even just like a day or two ago, I saw someone advertising for 15x air runes. I wanted to hop over to World 1 and see just how poppin' it was and see how many people are going back and forth. There's probably like trains of people, I'd imagine, following each other to the altar. It is great seeing so many people. Let's go back in here. I want to get like a screenshot for the thumbnail of a bunch of people. Dang, there's a lot of people here. I think me standing here has like formed a group of people, which kind of works out for me to get a screenshot for the thumbnail. I was laughing at this person that was like, TY for getting me addicted, my wife left me. And I got a perfect screenshot of it too as he said it. That's gotta be it, right? That's gotta be the thumbnail. 42 runecraft. Almost there. No way, dude. So I got this message from a mod. You have a message waiting in the center. Well, I'm back now a little bit later. It was an invitation to apply to become one of the first player moderators in the game. And after thinking about it for a while and reading through the application form and stuff, like at first I was super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, my childhood dream. But then I realized like, why one of the questions was, why do you want to be a player moderator? And I was thinking about it and it's like, I don't know. Just because I wanted to when I was a kid, but like I don't actually want to do it when you're actually like shown the responsibilities and stuff of doing it. I don't know. I don't want to be a PMod, I guess. There's also like extra attention with, well, there's no crown in the game right now. It comes out later in 2004, so eventually there will be a crown next to your name. And I also don't want the extra attention too. So yeah, I just said no. But I appreciate it. I almost feel like there would be kind of an unfair advantage or something, like you're spamming trying to sell items in V West and people see the crown and like maybe some people don't know what the crown means exactly, or I don't know. I just feel like it'd be a weird power dynamic as well, like trying to sell items. There's 43 runecraft. On the final stretch now, thankfully, I just got the hardest level out of the way, so this won't be too bad. Actually, it's about dinner time, so I'm going to switch over to doing the hybrid woodcutting, yew-tree, and air runecrafting method, although you're not going to see any of it, because I'm not going to get a level during that time. But just know, I will be doing that and stacking up the yews. I spent probably about 4 hours total runecrafting today, and this is it, the last inventory to get me to level 44. Let's see the message. You can now craft nature runes. Once I'm a member, at least. I cannot right now, but... Oh, yes, finally. 44. The long grind has come to an end. Let's see how many air runes I have now. I started with about 9,000. I'm now at 24k. I could sell 20k them for 120k GP, or maybe even 140k if I could sell them for 7 GP each, but... I don't know, I'll hold on to them for now. I don't need GP at the moment. Here, I'll do a little bit more runecrafting while I'm just talking here. But I wanted to show you this on the high scores. Here's my high scores page. If we go to runecrafting specifically, it looks like, well, I haven't logged out yet, so it still shows me at 43, but we can see that there's 570 people that have 44 runecraft. And I was curious, how many people have exactly 44 runecraft? Like there's 570 for the lowest ranked 44. What if we go to like 550? Okay, so we could see even up to 530. What about if we go to rank 500? Well, okay, even from 480, wow, okay, so even rank 480 is exactly level 44. Okay, what about rank 450? Or even 430, wait. Even rank 430 is level 44. What about if I type in 400? Oh my god, even rank 380 is 44. What about 350? Okay, there we go. So it goes from rank 333 all the way up to rank 570, have exactly level 44 runecraft. That is so many people. I'm not surprised at all, of course, but as It's just funny to see. I'm glad I decided to search that up. Really goes to show how many people are excited and ready to go to make nature runes. Except they won't be ready because they're going to need the nature talisman, but they're stat ready at least. And I am now adding to that statistic. With the runecraft goal out of the way, the next thing I want to work on is getting my magic up. And I want to superheat mithril bars like I was doing a couple of videos ago because I really enjoyed doing that method. I bought a few hundred nature runes and I just used them all up and haven't gone back to that method since. But in the last video, I got another 200 plus nature runes from the hobgoblins, and I am prepared to use all of these up as well in this video. I still have 337 myth bars from the last time I did this method, which I haven't sold any. I probably should at some point. That's a lot of GP just sitting there waiting for me to get. But I did time out an hour last time I did this, or I timed out like one inventory. It came out to about 60 bars per hour. So the amount of myth bars I have is already close to 6 hours of doing this method. Something I could do that would be a bit more efficient would be take exactly 20 nature runes with me. And that way by the time I make my 20 myth bars per inventory, I'd have one extra space for coal. But I'd also have to remember to withdraw 20 nature runes every trip. This way I don't have to worry about remembering every time. And just to show you where the stats are, 55 smithing, 57 magic, that's like the main thing I want to get up here, and 72 mining. Might end up getting a mining level out of this while I'm here. Yeah, I should get a mining level. I do need to find a world where no one's mining the myth rocks though, because really only one person can do this method per world. But luckily, just yesterday or 2 days ago, in the last video I showed they added 6 new worlds. And right now it is very late, dead hours. It's actually about my bedtime, but I will be able to get a little bit of this method in tonight. But yeah, because they added more worlds, it shouldn't be as hard to find a spot. That's crazy. I've hopped 4 worlds already. Like, this world only has 15 people on it. And there's someone doing this myth rock method. Maybe this won't be very feasible to do. Dude, I actually cannot believe this. This is like my 6th world now. There's no myth rocks free. Maybe I actually won't be able to do this method. If it's this bad right now, I cannot imagine tomorrow when there's more than double the amount of people online than there is now. Yo, hold on, wait, look what this guy is doing. Like, every time he's about to go mine a rock, he does this clap thing and it stalls and then he goes to mine the rock. What is this tech? I was able to find a world with the myth rocks all to myself today. I've been here for a few hours and this superheat is gonna get me to level 58 magic. Members can now cast teleport to the watchtower. When I was saving that last clip, I just realized that is clip number 1000 of the series. Here, take a look at this. There's the clips. Clip number 1000 was 58 magic. I still have the notes written down from the last time or the first time I did this method when I was timing out the XP per hour. So just for a refresher here, in terms of the magic XP, it's about 3.2k mage XP per hour, and I'm 23k XP away from the next magic level, so that means it'd be like 8 hours to go from 58 to 59 magic. Oh, we just got level 73 mining. I wasn't sure if I'd get the mining level before running out of nature runes, but I did manage to just barely get it because this is my last inventory that I'll be able to do. Before I leave the mining guild and finish up this grind for a while, I wanted to mention that there are a couple of mithril rocks outside the guild, but the reason why I'm not using those is because first off, it's not worth the time having to leave the mining guild. And secondly, because the timing for the 5 mithril rocks in here works out perfectly to the point, well, this is a bad example because I had just logged off and logged back in, but the 5 rocks respawn pretty much right as you get 20 coal mined. So the timing is just perfect for these. And if you're not able to get all 5 of these, then it really throws off the rhythm. Here's the final superheat that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to finish filling out my inventory with coal, and then we'll take a look at how many myth bars I got in the bank. Put all these into the bank, and the myth bar stack is at 583. There's always buy offers for myth bars at 750, but I would ideally like to try to sell them for 800 each. I know I'm kind of penny pinching here a little bit, but I was thinking of doing some firemaking because that's a skill that's not really going to change once members comes out, so I don't feel bad about doing it. So maybe I'll stick around for like 1 or 2 firemaking levels. I'll put up a sell offer for the myth bars while I'm doing that I'm at V East and see if any people come by. Love the 2004 experience. There is level 82 firemaking. We're looking at about 250k firemaking XP to the next level, which is about 2 hours of firemaking. And I was kind of thinking, I'm questioning myself, like, is that true? Like 1 firemaking level is equivalent to me getting 2 runecraft levels? Like going from 82 to 83 firemaking would be the same as me going from 44 to 46 runecraft. That's weird to think about, and that's with only using willow logs. I was curious about firemaking ranks, so I was looking at the high scores, and get a load of this. There's a bunch of people at level 80. There's a few people level 81, including me, although I'm 82 now. And then that's like it stops at level 81. And then there's a big jump and it goes from like 84. And then between each rank, there's quite a bit of XP. 83, you can still hear the music. I just skipped through it, but I had the music on and you can still hear it. 83 firemaking. It's been, like I said, a couple hours of training firemaking to get that level. And I'll just keep going because, like I said, I don't feel bad about training firemaking free-to-play. Well, there goes the 80k stack of willow logs down into the 70s. This was a crazy unintentional thing that happened. As I was leaving the bank, I got the swarm random event, and I guess when something is attacking you, it's some kind of like tick manipulation thing. So when I lit the first log, it was like I was tick manipulating because it was like a one tick fire light. Thought that was cool. I wanted to save the replay buffer of that. I was starting to think about maple logs again when Members comes out, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized that maybe they actually will be somewhat affordable, and maybe I am kind of a little bit wasting my time with willows, especially because maples, 84 firemaking, by the way, that's the main reason why I'm recording the clip, especially because maples are 50% more XP. They're 135 firemaking XP versus 90 firemaking XP with willows, so maybe it would be better to hold off until maples, but at the same time, at least I am still saving GP by burning these willows rather than maples, because that's how opportunity cost works. But at the end of the day, it is not a waste, because time spent enjoying is not wasted time you've spent. Or something. It's pretty late right now. I have like 1 to 2 hours before bed, so the player count's not really high at the moment. And I figured I would take this time to go do some giants, because when I was training combat, I was just doing the hobgoblins, which only drop regular bones, and because of that, I wasn't burying the regular bones since it's not that much XP. I feel like I'm kind of lacking on the prayer XP because I spent so much time at hobgoblins. So I'm taking this opportunity while the player count is low for an hour or two before bed tonight to train at the giants and get a bit of prayer XP. And I've gone all the way from 40 to 48 prayer solely through lamps. I'm actually pretty close to 49 prayer, so I'll at least get that tonight at the giants. As you can see, it is very empty. Usually there's someone in every single spot in every single world, so this is very nice. I did leave myself pretty close to a strength level after the last video, so I did not just skip super far ahead. This is like 5 minutes later. Just got 67 strength, which also just put me at level 78 combat. And combat levels are very important in 2004 because it's the first thing players judge you on when they see you. Well, your combat level and your armor. I'm looking at the XP to my next prayer level and I'm like, wow, only 1500 XP away. Like, it looks so close, especially when you look at the numbers like, oh, 90k to 91k. But then when you think about 1500 prayer XP, you get 15 XP for each big bone. It's actually 100 more giants until the next prayer level, even though the numbers look so close together. I'm learning that I really don't need to bring any food here. I could bring 1, maybe 2 food, but I mean, at this point, I'm really just eating food for the sake of opening up inventory space. I could just bring 1 food, if anything, and then restore my health in between trips whenever I go to bank. And the way I know when to go bank is when my inventory gets filled up with limpet roots, which are 1 in 11.64 drop rate. Even though the giants aren't like amazing GP per hour, one of the perks is with the big bones, it's so satisfying because every time I bury a big bone, it's like I'm saving 110 GP. It's like, boom, 110 GP, boom, 110 GP, another 110 GP, another 110 GP, another 110 GP, and 49 prayer along with it. Right now, coal is about 110 or 120 GP, so every time I bury a big bone, it's almost like mining a coal. Except with coal, you'd have to bank it, whereas with the big bones, I could theoretically stay here almost forever and just keep on getting big bones without having to leave. Dude, this is crazy. I went back to check because I was curious of my prayer XP. It's been 55 minutes, so not quite an hour, but in 55 minutes, I've gained 2,000 prayer XP. So it's like, I don't know, 2.2k prayer XP per hour. That doesn't sound right, but that is right. That's what it is. That means I'm getting about 140 or 145 giant kills per hour, which also I could use that to determine my combat XP. That means I'm getting about 19 to 20k strength XP per hour. 9k prayer XP to level, yeah, not bad. Just a casual 4 to 5 hours of giants to get 1 per level. That's giving runecraft a run for its money. I'm getting half the XP per hour that I was getting with runecraft, although I'm also getting the combat XP too. I got the genie here to help me out with my prayer XP as well. It's also a new morning today. So far, so good. I found an empty spot right away. I'll try to stay here as long as possible today, as long as there's open spots. Look at all that prayer XP on the ground. Why would you do that? There's 2 bones on each. I'm definitely going to grab these. Should I steal the iron arrows too? No, I'm not that much of a rat. This is really funny and like really random because, you know, earlier in this video, I was talking about the price of U-logs. I specifically mentioned U-logs, and then Loki messages me asking about what I think is going to happen to U-logs. That is like really weird timing. So I basically just told him, like, you could say that everyone knows members is coming out and therefore will have already set the market value for U's. But then again, if everyone knows that everyone knows, then people aren't setting it at the market value. So it's either going to go up, down, or sideways. This is so weird. I just hopped around like 6 or 7 worlds, and every single world, there's not a single free spot. Like there's, I don't know, like 6 or 7 people in every world. This world is like average population compared to all the others, but there's only one other person here. It's very random. About to get a strength level. There is level 68. My max hit's been 14 for a while, so I've been waiting and hoping every strength level to start seeing 15s. We'll see if this is the strength level. I've not entered anything into a calculator. It'll happen when it happens. Come on, let's see the 15. There it is. Yes, at 15. 68 strength with the Emerald of Strength, Rune Scimitar. There's the 15 damage. It's awesome. I was considering that I could go to the Asgardian Ice Dungeon and fight ice giants there. They do have more hit points, so maybe be more combat XP per hour, but because they also have double the hit points, that means I'm getting less prayer XP per hour. I'd also have to eat food because they're a lot stronger than giants. I'd have to bank more frequently, and ice giants are a lot further out of the way. There's level 65 hit points. On the kill too, so the message stays in the chat box. Very nice. Ooh, this is awesome. Check this out. In the Discord, someone made a copy of RuneHQ from 2004, 2004hq.com. Thank you, Emoji, and you have made it into the video. And now we can take a look at the website. It's like RuneHQ in 2004, but made for 2004scape. It has all these quest guides here. We can click on Dragon Slayer, for example. See all the, because the quests are kind of different from osrs. A lot of them have very subtle differences, so it's nice to have the 2004 version of them. And then it links you to all these different things for 2004scape. Like it has the marketplace, has the 2004scape forums, the 04scape high scores, world map, rules. Hopefully this gets updated with more and more stuff, like maybe skill guides eventually would be cool. It is very crowded now at the giants and hobgoblins too, so I am done training combat for today at least, or at least until tonight. Actually, I want to try something different. Let's go into the rock sewers now, and we're gonna fight Scurius. Hey, wait a second. Where's Scurius at? I'm just kidding. I want to try fighting either the red spiders or maybe the moss giants if there's a free spot at moss giants down here. Either way, we'll see if we could find something open. This is so nostalgic. Remember the spider web? Is it there? Wait, there's a door. Is there... Where's the spider web? Oh wait, is it next room? You remember the spider web you have to cut? I know it's down here somewhere. It's gotta be. Oh, this next one right here, right? The spider web. Oh yes, slash through that. All right, we're approaching the area. Deadly red spider. I don't see anyone else here. Yeah, I don't know if these guys are gonna be good train. I haven't even looked up their stats or their drops or anything. I don't even know if they drop anything, but we'll see how much HP they have. Yeah, it looks like the red spiders don't drop anything, but there are these 2 red spiders egg spawns. So you could pick those up every time they spawn, and then, I don't know, like I wouldn't leave to bank these because they're not really worth that much. I was looking at the marketplace, they're worth like 150 GP each, which is, I mean, pretty much nothing considering how far out of the way this area is. But I guess you could at least start picking them up so that way you'll have a full inventory by the time you are eventually ready to leave. Ooh, there's an earth rune spawn. How many earth runes do you think it is? Wow! Pros and cons of these deadly red spiders. First off, they have 35 hit points, which is the same as what giants have. But the pros, well, I mean, I haven't hopped worlds, but there's no one here. I haven't seen anyone hop here. So the pro is that this is empty. Another pro is that these are really close together. You don't have to run around very far to get to the next one. The cons, however, being that they don't drop anything, but that could also be considered a pro because if you're trying to AFK, you're not going to want to pick up items off the ground anyways. Another con would be they don't drop any bones, so you're not getting any prayer XP. Overall, I'd say this spot is good for when you want to pay as little attention as possible. You don't have to pick anything up off the ground. You don't have to worry about finding a spot or getting crashed or having to hop worlds. All you do is when you hear your character stop attacking, you click red and then look away for another 10 to 20 seconds. I just realized this place is multi-combat, so you could aggro a bunch of the spiders, turn on auto retaliate, and AFK for even longer. Although if you have lower defense or not the best gear, you'll be going through food a lot faster. Back in like 2007, 2008, when I was in middle school, I had to wake up at 6 a.m. to walk or bike to school at 7 a.m. But I got into a habit where every day I would actually wake up at 4:30 or 5 a.m. to play RuneScape. And every morning I would spend that extra hour at the Stronghold of Security training on the giant spiders. And even though this isn't the Stronghold of Security, these spiders are really bringing me back to that time. Also, we didn't have cable TV, but I would turn on the public station every morning while I was grinding, and every single day it was the same show playing. It was called Home Movies. Most people don't know it, but the few of you that do, I'm sure it holds a special place in your heart too. By the way, the deadly red spiders in osrs, they did change. Actually, let's go down a bit on the page and see exactly when they changed how they looked. It was December 5th, 2006 is when they changed it to this style. And I wanted to show that these deadly red spiders, the giant spiders, are just a recolored version of them. Just red versus brown. Does that mean they had the old model too? Oh, they did. They did have the old model. So were they also just a recolored? Okay, even before the graphical change, they were still the same model, just recolored. Well, this is very convenient timing because two things are about to happen right now. So I'm able to get two birds stoned at once with this one YouTube clip. That is, first off, 69 strength. Nice. Also 79 combat. Didn't know that was about to happen. And the other thing is that, as you can see in the chat box, I was timing out 1 hour to see how much strength XP I would get. I started at 218, it's now 319. I got 69 strength pretty much on the 1 hour mark right there. That's about 25 to 26k strength XP in 1 hour. Not having to worry about picking up items or going to bank or burying bones or competing with other players definitely adds a slightly noticeable increase to the combat XP. Yo, look at this genie. I got 3 lamps in my inventory now. We'll put that one on prayer. We'll put the next one on prayer. And the third one, let me turn the volume on. Oh, someone just appeared here. Don't really see people here, so that's kind of funny timing. The third one onto prayer. There's level 50. Although 2004, there's no more prayers to unlock, so it just looks very nice seeing it end in a 0. I've been here for about 4 hours so far without leaving. That's all in one inventory of food, and I could still stay here a little bit longer because I still have some food left. I'll come back to the red spiders later tonight to AFK while I'm eating dinner, but for now we're gonna work on some other stuff. I was so excited and having so much fun training random skills that I almost forgot this is meant to be like the members prep video. So let's get back to doing some members prepping. I need to get some feathers because once members comes out, my go-to AFK activity, probably for a long time, is going to be fly fishing in Shiloh Village. And for that, I need feathers. Feathers start at 2 GP in the shop. I swear a week ago, people were selling feathers on the marketplace for like 10 GP each, but I just checked the marketplace right now, and they're only going for 8 GP each. I think about the opportunity cost of mining coal and then buying feathers instead. But I'm like, what's faster to do, mine 1 coal or buy 20 feathers? And it just feels better and a lot faster and a better use of time to straight up buy the feathers from the shop. I think the price goes up by 1 GP every 50. So let's see, after 900, it goes up to 4. Yeah. And then let's see when it goes down to 850, is the price going to go up to 5 GP each? Let's check. Yes. And then you got to think about finding an offer and meeting up with the person, and then they try to haggle with you, and it feels like a much better idea to just buy them here. Let's see if it goes up to 6 now. Yeah, it does go up to 6. Maybe not the best idea to have my whole cash stack on me while I'm doing this in case I DC or something, but it'll be fine. I'm also going to hop worlds. Maybe I'll buy like 200 to 300 per world. Even though it does restock pretty quickly, I think it's still faster to hop worlds. And I know hopping worlds cuts into the time, but I am editing while I'm waiting for the 45-second cooldown, so I'm actually not wasting time because I'd otherwise be standing around doing nothing anyways. It really makes you appreciate that. Oh, is someone else here buying out the feathers? Someone else is buying the feathers too. I didn't expect anyone to actually be here. I was going to say, it really makes you appreciate the feather packs in osrs. And also the buy 50 option makes you appreciate that too. I kind of want to buy out the stock until I could see what the most expensive price the feathers actually get to. Unless it like gets to 10 GP and keeps going, but I'm really curious if we go to like 700, Is it going to go up to like 8 GP now? Okay, well, maybe I don't want to find out. Every once in a while I see someone standing here buying out the feathers, and you could tell they're waiting for it to go back from 950 up to 1000 because it'll be like at 960 every time, and I'm just buying out the stock all the way like 750. I feel kind of bad. Sorry. I'm sorry. I decided that maybe there is some merit to staying on the same world and buying it out between 950 and 1000. I got 4k feathers for now, which I think should be good. I'm going to stop for now though because I saw someone is selling death runes for 68 GP each. My original plan was to go to World 1v West and spam buying death runes 70 GP each, but this guy's selling them for 68 GP each. And I want to have them for when Members comes out. I figure there's going to be a lot of questing and random things that I'm going to want to be maging and safe spotting. And buying them all from one person is really nice too, because if I was spamming in V-West, I get a bunch of trades for like 30 to 50 death runes at a time. That's usually how it goes for items like this. I guess that's all the preparation I had planned. When I put these feathers in the bank, my total stack is now at over 5k, set for any random safe spotting I have to do. I don't know, I can't think of anything else. Like, I'm going to want to get more essence. I guess I could buy essence. Or maybe I shouldn't, because I'm going to want GP for members. And if I buy even 2k essence, that would use up my whole cash stack. So, I feel like I've done all the prep that I can, besides for like the night before stuff. There's a lot of items I'll need for quests, but because my bank is limited to 60 slots, I can't get all those items now. If I want to prep a bunch of items for quests, I'll have to do it the night before Members comes out, leave all those items in my inventory, log off for bed, wake up when Members comes out, and then first thing I do is dump everything into the bank because we'll have way more bank space then. I'm going to get 1 to 2 hours of firemaking in before dinner then. That is not going to be enough to get me a level though, but should get me pretty close. I think it's 1 more log. Check out the Firemaking XP. Oh, that is hot. There's a method I want to try to see if this works. I want to see if these Black Knights will be aggressive towards me because, normally, if you're more than double an aggressive monster's combat level, it won't aggro you anymore. I want to see if these Black Knights will be aggressive. Like, right now they are aggressive because I just went in the room, but I want to see after I kill these original aggressive ones, will more of them continue to aggro onto me? It looks like the answer is no. I thought maybe they'd have some special thing, because I think monsters in the wildy aggro onto you no matter what your combat level is. I thought maybe these would have some special rule with them, but it looks like the answer is no. I could go back in the room though, and then when they go back in, they'll aggro me again, but once I kill those initial like 3 or 4, they don't re-aggro after that. And I find myself back again at the spiders for dinner tonight, getting level 70 strength. That looks really nice, seeing 60, 70, 60, very clean. I just got 66 hit points. I didn't see that coming, but I still got it anyways. Ooh, that also got me to 80 combat, which is pretty cool because when you see someone like between level 70 and 79, I feel like you kind of see them all the same, and then like levels 80 to 89, you kind of see them all the same. So I almost feel like I moved up into a new bracket of the way people judge me. It's a new day now. Just got level 71 strength. I'm currently editing, so I'm still here at the spiders while I'm doing that. I was making the thumbnail for the next video, the members release video, and I'm so excited, dude. I got the intro made for it and everything already. I was taking screenshots around Falador, and now that I got that taken care of, I was in Falador, so I was doing a little bit of air rune crafting while I was finishing up the thumbnail. Like I said at the start of the video, I would end this one on Thursday, and it is Thursday. It is less than 2 days, less than 48 hours even, until Members comes out and the whole game opens up. As usual, we got to take one final look at the high scores, see where I'm sitting at. Currently 926 total level, rank 80 overall. Thank you so much for still being here. 8 videos into the series and 40 plus minutes deep into the 8th video. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you following along my journey so far. We are about to experience the biggest and most impactful update that will ever happen throughout the rest of the progression of Lost City. And I hope you'll join me in the next video as we experience what it was like getting RuneScape membership for the first time in 2004.